What's good? Postman, liveoffbeats.com. Real quick special video, special delivery. Liveoffbeats.com. Make sure you check that out. Question I get a lot all the time: what beats sell the most online? So, what genre specific of beats sell the most? And this is an important video because you want to know what's selling so you can make the most money as a music producer selling your beats online. So, when I say what sells the most, that means that most likely if you make these type of beats, you have a higher probability of selling because there's more artists online searching for these type of beats actively. Be sure to like, subscribe, and everything too. I always forget to say that. Comment, join the discussion or whatever. And you can give your opinions as well, as long as it's respectful. If you're a sucker, you don't get banned, period. So I say, for my research, actual research, the first urban, we should already know that urban is the top selling. So, other genres of music outside of urban, that means urban means hip hop, R&B, they don't sell as well on the internet because they have different business models. So for us, there's a lot of independent urban artists. So you generally see urban sell the most on the internet. Now within urban, there's other genres, subgenres. They call it subgenres. Clearly, the top is the trap, right? So I've been selling beats online since 2004. So I will say that what I've noticed is whatever's the biggest, subgenre of the moment, right? So whatever's the biggest subgenre, that's what's going to sell the most on the internet. So right now, trap is the biggest subgenre in hip hop right now, right? All the music is trap. The top songs in urban are all trap, mostly trap. So that's what's going to sell the most on the internet. It's a direct correlation because the up-and-coming artists want the beats that are hot right now, that people listen to right now, so people want to kind of jump on that trend. So that's what I've noticed since I've started for, last 13 years, is that whatever's hot in that moment, because at one point, believe it or not, a lot of Kanye West, when we were starting out, a lot of sample-heavy beats were selling. The Kanye West type, the Just Blaze, like that. At one point, that was selling really well online. You know what I mean? And then you couldn't even sell that type of shit today. But there's still other subgenres that sell. So don't get me wrong. You can still. I know a friend of mine who makes more, not underground, but more musicality type of music. Almost boom bapish, and does really well. He has a market that he goes to. We do R&B production, heavy, which sells well. But the ultimate, when it comes to what sells the most, it's going to be what's searched for the most. It's going to be what's hottest in the marketplace, in the mainstream marketplace, and that's trap music. So that's going to sell the most. Period. Right now. Now, if you smart as a producer, keep up with the trends and see where music is going, and then that's what's going to sell the most online next. So I've seen it before trap, I've seen it while trap took over, and now I'm going to see it after trap. You know what I'm saying? It's all, whatever the mainstream is kind of doing is what's going to sell the most. So you say you don't make trap beats, well, you don't necessarily have to make what's selling the most. You want to make what's selling. So there are other subgenres that sell, and you can find your niche market, but at the same time, I'm doing trap because it sells, and I enjoy making it. I'm a music producer. I can make anything. So, I feel like this is a different discussion, but we can talk about it. I feel like, personally, a real music producer can make anything, you know what I mean, and give their take on it. It don't have to sound like what everybody else is doing, per se, but when a producer tells me, I don't make trap music, I'm always like, well, how are you a music producer? You should be able to make anything. You should be able to say, you're supposed to paint pictures. We're artists, with sound. We're artists of sound. We're painters of sound. So a painter, he can look at anything and then draw it and then put his flavor on it. That's what an artist does to me. And so as a music producer, to me, I feel like trap music is a subgenre, and it's something that it has a picture, and I can paint that picture as well with my sound, and it's going to still be me because I'm the artist. I'm the and I say artist, I don't mean rap artist. I'm talking, I'm the artist in terms of music producer. I'm the painter of sound. So I always just thought that was funny when I hear people say, I don't make that style, I don't make that. And it's like, well, you should be able to make anything. If you can't make that, that should be a challenge to yourself to say, let me go ahead and learn how to make that. Because I should be able to make everything. There's some things that I can't make right now that I want to make sure and go learn and make sure and learn. And one of those things is rock and roll. I gotta learn how they put their guitar leads. You know, I'm not gonna be able to play every instrument, but I gotta learn how they put their stuff together. You know, I always want to learn it. I know I have to master that genre as well, because that's just what makes me. I'm just an interested guy. I'm a music player. I love music. You know, I'm interested in how all this stuff works. And I guess it comes from me starting out in classical. I started weird. Like a lot of you guys started out with rap and all that shit. I started off at classical piano. So when I was 12, playing Beethoven and shit. So I fell in love with a different side of music that most of you weren't exposed to. So most of you would say, I don't even care about classical music. I don't like classical music. But you don't even know because you never really was exposed to it. You never tried it. You never went and delved into it. So when I started learning classical piano when I was 12, or actually I was 11, and playing recitals and shit, you know, I learned of appreciation for it. I started to understand the language of classical music. Classical music is, I mean, it's one of the best genres out there that a lot of people don't, you know, urban people don't really understand, you know. And if you could add those elements in with your music, you know, you could create something very, very dope, because their key runs are very different than any other genre. You know, everything they do in classical is really different than what they do in any of the mainstream genres. And if you can kind of merge that, you know. But again, mastering classical is a bit different. Now, would I try to sell a classical music on the internet? No, because who's buying classical beats, right? But at the same time, I would learn to master that. So this whole conversation, I guess I did a rant, but I'm just trying to get you to understand that you can make what's selling and it still be you. You know what I'm saying? So don't be like, okay, well, because I hear that a lot in the community. Well, I don't make those type of beats that's selling. You know, well then you're not gonna be able to sell. And why wouldn't you? I just don't understand that maybe you don't understand the craft enough, you know what I'm saying? Where you could give your take on it. You don't have to do that specifically the way that I would do it or somebody else would do it, but give your take on the genre. And that's my opinion as a music producer. Some people gonna have different opinion. Some of my buddies who are big time producers, who are master the craft, they gonna give you a different opinion of it. They gonna be like, well, I stick to what I do, you know what I'm saying? And that's okay too. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just telling you, I guess for me growing up in classical, and different, something totally different, that I have a different perspective on what I think, you know, music is and what I think a music producer is, you know what I'm saying? And what I think that I see myself as a music producer. You know, I'm not just a person who makes one type of sound or one type. I wasn't born to make one type of music. You know, I can do everything. And my job is to go find out different, how other people are putting stuff together, and then go learn it and master it and add it to my arsenal. So that's my opinion on it. You know, like, subscribe, comment, you know. Also, we got a course. This is a good course for this one. This video is YouTube Riches. YouTube Riches is good because that one, it breaks down. I really break down how to research what's selling the most on, and also how to put your beats on YouTube so they sell automatically. You don't have to sit there and, you know, put out ads and spend money. I mean, it's free. So I look at it like this: you got beats on your hard drive, right? So why not put those beats on YouTube's hard drive and let it collect money for you? No matter how little or how much. Some guys making hundreds of thousands a year. Some guys making, maybe you make an extra $300 every month. That's better than it just sitting in your hard drive and it making nothing. So I mean, you know, and anything in between. So it's up to you. But I would get that course to show you step by step how to really take over YouTube, selling beats on YouTube. And it's very simple to do if you understand how to do it. So click down there. In fact, I'm gonna get the, you know what? I'm gonna put the free. I got a free book. I actually wrote a free book on it. So I'm gonna give you the free book link. It's called Selling. So forget about YouTube Riches right now. Just think of the free book, How to Sell Beats on Secrets to Selling Beats on YouTube. I don't know how, but I'm good. So I'm gonna put the link to the free book down there. So it's free. Now you motherfuckers can stop crying about, you know, having to buy some shit. It's free. So just get it and it'll give you the steps on how to sell beats on YouTube for free. So anyways, get that. Like, subscribe, comment. Catch you later. LiveOutBeats.com. Peace.